Alright, we're gonna clear something up here. This is gonna be more in line with the why can Dagon kill angels? I mean, it's pretty obvious. Lucifer empowered her. We're gonna be clarifying something today that is often missed. To begin, during the 10th year of 17's adventures, after the angels have fallen and Metatron was locked away in the cells of heaven where he belongs, we encounter a particular situation. Castiel is dying!
Sorry.
We are told it is due to his grace burning out, but why is that? Well, angel plus grace equals superpowered being. So why can the grace burn out? It's because the grace does not belong to him. Instead, it actually was stolen from another angel named Theo. Remember this guy? Before that point in time, Castiel was a human, virtually powerless against his brethren, who were angry and wanted to strike back at Metatron, along with carving up Castiel into so many fine little pieces of leather that he'd be used as a premium upgrade to a Lamborghini. But why was the grace burning out killing him? Wouldn't it just convert him back to being human? Well, what if I said that was missing the whole point of what was going on? Using the example of Anna Milton, Metatron, and Castiel himself, when an angel's grace is taken from them, the angel becomes a human with a soul. This much we already know, but that doesn't answer the question of why Castiel was dying. Primarily because of what happened when he consumed Theo's grace. As we see here, upon entering into the body, angelic power begins to surge through it, going through the veins, the muscles, and being briefly seen underneath the skin before a bright flash of light, and then Castiel is able to smite Theo as proof of his returned status. This is the key to why Castiel was dying. It was something that was hinted by Anna when explaining her fall from heaven.
Angels can just become human?
Kinda hurts. Try cutting your kidney out with a butter knife. That kinda hurt.
This gives us a key indication. An angel is composed of two parts, just like a human, a grace and a body. The spiritual body of an angel is, as Castiel puts it,
is a multi-dimensional wavelength of celestial intent.
And we've seen during the events of the 9th year, this is the true form of the angels, resembling that of demon smoke, but as a light bluish-white mist that enters the vessels via the mouth, like demons, which makes sense.
Yes.
Let me guess. Winchester trouble?
Now, a bit of a side tangent. I have a feeling someone will bring up the whole idea of Castiel being the size of the Chrysler building, or Zechariah having 4 heads and 6 wings, with one of the heads being a lion. The creators of Supernatural have always played fast and loose when it comes to angelic lore, always blending it to allow for their own unique types to appear. So, we can chalk it up to how angels and higher beings such as Death, Chuck, Amara, and the Shadow sees them. But in actuality, if we were to take that heaven in itself is a different, higher dimension than Earth, then the luminous mist form is all that humans would ever be able to perceive of them, you know, if they aren't getting roasted first by the light.
Need help! Hold on, we'll get you out! Just hold on!
After all, if demons resemble Amara in their smoke forms, then angels would resemble Chuck's natural form. It's a symmetry that falls in line with the natural order of things, a duality between light and dark. This whole thing, we equate the physical body of a human or a monster to that of an angel's equivalent physical body. Then the grace is their soul. And we learn from Sunder that using the soul can allow people to rival the power of angels, or even overwhelm them. But using it too much will burn the soul away. The more Castiel used the stolen grace, the faster it burned out. Yet here's another portion. When Castiel wasn't using his grace, it was still wearing out. Specifically because it wasn't his, due to him being a seraph. Now you see there's an interesting aspect to consider here. What if, due to being elevated to seraph, Castiel's original grace had been modified by Chuck, hinting that Seraphim are in fact a subspecies of angel. All seraphs are angels, but not all angels are seraphs. Makes sense. When you consider the powers to smite, time travel, small-scale reality warping, and the like are imbued directly within him, it does actually work out as to why they would be a subspecies. For a lower angel, they must have a connection to heaven in order to perform anywhere near those feats. As a result, when Castiel gradually became weaker until he became completely human in the end timeline. This suggests becoming a human again is meant to be a slow process. The grace and the spiritual body of the angel fade away, becoming the new soul of the vessel, thus sustaining it. If that is the case for a lower ranking angel, what type of stress would the grace of a seraph be under all the time? Now, put that stress onto the grace of a lower ranking angel, and you see why it was killing him. It would be like putting diesel fuel in a petrol engine. It would damage the engine, cause it to spar out, and even fail to start. This process likely would have continued even if Castiel hadn't used his powers for a prolonged period of time, after the grace was replenished by Crowley. Only with the return of his grace combined with the grace of Adina could restore a full one to him, sustaining Castiel indefinitely again. Hence why the explosive amount of power that came when he regained a portion of his original grace. It converted Adina's into a seraph-grade grace. And be for this reason that our happy-go-lucky trenchcoat-wearing angel lives another day. At least until the Shadow gets his hands on him.
Castiel, you know how this goes. The good soul's here, the bad soul's there. Angels are fine.
Yeah, being in the hands of a creature worse than a Lovecraftian beast for all eternity? Can he not catch a break?